But today, the same funding problem is there even for universities, and even private colleges are getting the funding from some of the leading funding agencies in the country. So my advice to all the faculty members of this university who are good enough to carry out any research of significance, please try to get funding from the reputed institutions of India. As a public funding for higher education declined in the 1990s, private sector institutions have come up in India. The unfettered growth of private higher education, especially in engineering and management disciplines, combined with the international economic and management disciplines, especially in engineering and management disciplines, combined with the international economic and political events, created a surplus in the labor market in the recent years. The parent spends more on putting his word through kindergarten than through college. They would be ready to pay the bill that higher education demands. Private entrepreneurs know this, and that's how we have so many capitation fee colleges springing up, turning education into an industry. The emphasis in these private colleges on somehow helping the student to get through written examinations. Majority of these private institutions care very little about the rigmarole called research. I tell you, in fact, when I was Vice Chancellor, the press people were constantly asking me, Mr. Vice Chancellor, some of your students are working as a gangman in railways. Some of your mechanical engineering graduates are working as gangmen in railways. So, there is a mushroom growth of engineering colleges. Maybe it's a business, or we don't know. Maybe people who are not competent enough for starting the colleges. That's a different aspect. But why mechanical engineering graduate is becoming a gangman? The reason is very simple. When you are a student, you are not bothered to learn what is mechanical engineering. If you can't be a real mechanical engineer, you have got no other option except becoming a gangman in railways. This is what the students must remember. It's only knowledge what you acquire while you are a student here that alone helps you to get a good career, not otherwise. Please remember, you might not have acquired sufficient knowledge within the four walls of this university in 4 years. But from now onwards, you have to learn. You must keep reading latest magazines, latest journals. Then that's the only way of enriching your knowledge. That's the only way of getting a better career. Right? Then it's now well established that research, innovation, technology, production, marketing, wealth generation, employment is the continuous chain in the economy canvas. While marketing, production and business development do result in wealth generation and employment to the youth, it is research, innovation and technology development that makes a big difference in this competitive world. Creativity and innovation take place in the first two stages. The return on investment would be highest if the stages of innovation and research are handled intelligently, uniquely and with originality. In spite of all this, we have produced engineers, managers and other professionals who compare favorably the best in other countries. It is because of the sheer numbers involved and also because of our tradition of making the best out of unfavorable situations. Our bright young people manage to educate themselves with or without quality teachers. The world is already speaking of our achievements in information technology. If the universities were somewhat more helpful, India would have become to be recognized as a knowledge power. I tell you, I think this is the right time for me to point out one. Every institution in the world is rated based on its output of research. I mean, this is my advice to all the faculty members who are here. Very recently I have seen the Indian Institute of Science is rated as 99 in the world. 99. I am really surprised. When I was a student there from 1980 to 85, the IISc was rated 17th, 17. In the top 100 institutions, you can't find even IITs. Not even a single IIT is among the top 100 in the world. Fortunately, it's only IISc which is there in the top 100, that too with 99th rank. It is because it's a research output. Even the research output in IISc has come down. Very recently, I had been there to see my alma mater. I did my PhD in a EC branch. When I was doing my PhD, there were 56 faculty members in Electronics and Communication Engineering department. When I visited there, hardly I had 14 regular faculty members. We had great names. At that time, Professor Sonde, Professor Chatterjee, Mrs. Chatterjee, okay, great names of India were there as faculty members. Today, I can't say even a single member who is worth mentioning their name at the level of India. So I now request all the faculty members. In fact, I was going through the report of Professor Saibaba Reddy. It's a wonderful report. I mean, I have gone through, in fact, many of the data you could not read because of the non-availability of time, but it's a wonderful report. It has got very good faculty members who are highly qualified, who have contributed a lot, and I am sure that these faculty members can take this university to the highest level in future. If their research output can be properly accepted, I am sure that this university will definitely get a rank in the world. That's what I can say. That's my feeling, right? So, in India, higher academic institutions in general and technical education institutions in particular lack orientation towards research, as a result of which their standing among the top global institutions is not very high. That's what I said. Our institutions must be able to challenge the frontiers of knowledge. Our universities have to create an environment supportive of innovation. Teaching and research are the two eyes of a university. While high standards in teaching have to be achieved, high quality research that will push knowledge frontiers and evolve technologies for development has to be promoted. The quality of our research has to be comparable with the best in the world. Our researchers have to cooperate with one another to find solutions to critical problems. New products have to be designed that are useful to the common man. Our innovations have to create a livelihood and improve the quality of life in rural areas. Local technological needs have to be addressed by our universities by creating research and development centers for such technologies in their campuses. They must be able to find solutions that help common man to lead a better life. Our country is one of the nations producing the largest number of science and engineering graduates globally, with the emerging engineering curriculum inclined towards the multidisciplinary sectors. With the technical manpower available so much in abundance, makes India an ideal country for harnessing the engineering workforce for the myriad needs of the defense and civilian industries and deliver value-added services for the tech-savvy international giants. A concerted strategy is necessary to infuse a new sense of dynamism in our technology institutions. At this point, I would like to quote one small example. Some 10 years ago, I was in USA. One of my students, he invited all my students who are in Dallas. He invited me for a lunch. I was shocked at the news given to me by him. He is one of the bright students I have ever seen in my class. He resigned and designed a very high bandwidth optical fiber. Very high bandwidth optical fiber. And I was asking, where did you get the money for such a? He took me to his industry also. I asked him, being an Indian, how could you do this and where could you get this money? He said, sir, USA is a place of opportunities. If you have brain, there are people to fund your brain. He got the money what is required for his project from venture capitalists, and he is a successful man. Made millions of dollars in USA, being an Indian, but an young graduate. So I think I would like to say this to all the graduates who are here. You please try to market your brain. That's what I can say, because this is what I have seen in my career. Okay. Another paradigm shift is expected to take place in Indian university is the multidisciplinary approach. Both in science and technology, the thick walls built up earlier between one discipline and another have given way for complementary and supplementary approach. I consider this a positive sign and should be encouraged. Further innovations are more welcome. This should also pave way for producing good system engineers. Yet another important factor to be considered is adapting ourselves to changes in technology. New technologies based on merit should make way for older technology. All of us should be open-minded about adopting new technologies in our lifestyle itself. So this is, before concluding my speech here, I would like to just say 2 or 3 examples of my life, what I have seen. One example is I was in South Korea along with 2 of my vice chancellors from India, right? We had we had been to a bank, of course, at the level of RBI, that is RB, like RBF India. I was asking, I gave him some traveler checks. I said, I want this much money in Korean currency, the rest in American dollars. The fellow struggled hard, believe me or not, for 45 minutes, could not do it. Then he called the manager of the bank. He was also struggling hard. Then I said, Mr. Manager, can you give me a calculator? Yes, he gave me the calculator. So I asked him, please give me what is your percentage, what are your post, what are all your, give me all your parameters. I just took all the parameters and I calculated. I said, okay, this is the money what I should get in Korean currency and this is the money what I should get in American dollars. They said, okay, yes sir, you are right. Then they gave me that money. Then the vice chancellor who was just by my side, he said, Mr. Reddy, you are brilliant in mathematics. Said, sir, I am very sorry to accept your compliment. I am not brilliant in mathematics. Other fellow is extremely bad in mathematics. I mean, this is one example what I have seen in my life. I mean, this example, why there is one more such example which clearly indicates the average Indian is far superior than any other citizen in the world. This is my experience, I am telling you. This is my experience, not just a story, right? So, average intelligence, I am not talking of the spikes. In USA, you have spikes. These spikes, they get the Nobel Prizes. Maybe their percent is just 1%, not more than that. But they are the people who are getting Nobel Prizes. Not only USA, even many of the European countries, these highly brilliant guys, they get the Nobel Prizes to the respective countries. Unfortunately, many of our Indians who are really brilliant, they go from India to these countries and they do wonderful research and they get Nobel Prizes from that country. Unfortunately, not from India. Right? So, we have brain. The average brain of an Indian is far superior. Please try to work out. This is one example which I would like to say. Then, second one I would like to say is, there is one Arabian tale which says that, I don't know how many of you are aware, the lion gets up in the morning and realizes that it has to run faster than the deer, otherwise it will be missing its breakfast. Similarly, deer also gets up early in the morning, realizes that it has to run faster than the lion, otherwise it will become a breakfast. Could you understand the meaning of this tale? If the lion can't run faster, it will be missing the breakfast. If the deer cannot run faster, it will become a breakfast to the lion. The philosophy of this tale is very simple. Whether you are a topper in a classroom or you are at the bottom of your classroom, you must work hard. That is a very simple message of this tale. Okay, just you may be having your gold medal or you may be having a distinction, whatever it may be, but that's not sufficient. From now onwards, you have to put in lot of hard work for your survival. That is the message of this tale. Otherwise, it's very, very difficult for your survival. I mean, I tell you, so far it's very good. You are well supported by your parents or other family members. That is a different question. Your real life starts from now onwards. You have to work hard. Otherwise, it's very difficult for you to survive. Okay? Many people even today, they ask me a question. Mr. Reddy, do you have that many opportunities for engineering graduates? With so many, I tell you, when I was a student, my state had 7 engineering colleges. That is from 1967 to 72. Today, the same state has got 700 engineering colleges. Believe me or not. And quite many of them are likely to be closed. Right? Do you expect that all the entire output that's coming out of the 700 colleges, do you think that they'll really do justice to the field of engineering? Definitely not. A bright student will always find a bright career. This is my message to all the graduates who are here. Please remember this. But don't stop with your degree or with your gold medal, whatever it may be. From now onwards, whatever hard work you are going to put in, that alone will help you, not other things, right? So, before I conclude, let me remind you of the wonderful opportunities available to each one of you in making use of the knowledge and the skills you have acquired and the need for continuing to acquire them to address the issues facing us, thus leaving a footprint of yours in this world by striving to make this planet a better place to live for the prosperity. Okay, so I tell you, it's a privilege to be an engineering graduate. That's what my life tells me. I don't know whether you know it or not. It's a really pleasure to be an engineering graduate. But how best you are going to use this is up to you, because believe me or not, I just take only 1 minute. I missed my admission into medical college by just half mark. I was a 12th class student where I was eligible both for engineering and medical. Right? I missed only by half mark. Then I had no other option except going for engineering. I was crying even for a year why I could miss my admission in a medical college. Believe me or not. But after a few years, I realized yes, engineering is also equally a good curriculum, good course. So having started my career, even I was an engineer in the board, the way in which it was functioning, I resigned, I did my ME to become a lecturer, went on to become, and in the same college, I did my ME from PhD, then came back to my college as a lecturer, I went on to become the principal of the same college. Later on, I became vice chancellor of the university for which this is a constituent college. I was vice chancellor for 7 years. Then I was 6 years chairman Andhra Pradesh Public Service Commission. And finally, it is Dr. Manmohan Singh who invited me to be the member of Union Public Service. I never used any political influence, let me tell you honestly, either to become a vice chancellor or to become a chairman AP Public Service Commission or even to become member UPSC. It's only my academic record, it's only my track record which gave me a wonderful career, I can say, a wonderful career, and I really enjoyed my career. I now realize I am proud that I am an engineering graduate. So I also feel that you should also be proud that you are an engineering graduate. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
Chancellor sir, may I kindly request you to address the graduates. Our chief guest, Professor Venkatramani Reddy, Vice Chancellor Professor Sai Baba Reddy, Registrar Professor R.K. Bartham, members of the Management and Academic Council, faculty members, recipients of degrees, medal winners, invitees, media persons, ladies and gentlemen. I am happy to preside over the 7th convocation of Veer Surendra Sai University of Technology today as its Chancellor. At the outset, I pay homage to Veer Surendra Sai, an illustrious son of the soil and a firebrand revolutionary whose name this University of Technology proudly holds. The manner he led a heroic battle against the British was crucial in inspiring the others of his generation to participate in the national movement for freedom. He was an embodiment of patriotic values, courage, aggressiveness, and sacrifice that finds few parallel. The legend of Veer Surendra Sai is always an inspiration for the youth. I'm sure our young men and women graduating today would be highly inspired by such great freedom fighters and revolutionaries as they set out on a new journey in life. It is my pleasure to extend a hearty welcome to our chief guest, Professor Venkatramani Reddy, a well-known name in the country in the field of technology and academics, to the august occasion of the University's 7th convocation. Professor Reddy has a long experience and vast outlook, having served in a number of important posts, and I'm sure his address today would enlighten our faculty members as well as students on where we stand and what is the challenge before us and our goal to achieve. Veer Surendra Sai University of Technology that came into existence in 2009 on upgradation of University College of Engineering. Burla is a young university of nearly 7 years old, but it stands on a legacy of over 50 years as a primary engineering college of Odisha. It had trained many young minds who later became known for their skill and professional expertise at different levels. It is heartening that the university has further consolidated the commitment to uphold its core values, ethics, identity, and reputation. I am sure it will continue to give a new vision to technical education in the state. For those of you graduating today, must be feeling proud and heartened that the time you have spent in this university has well equipped you to participate in the invention of the future. Your graduation endorses your technical skills and competencies. Take pride in this and focus on maintaining them throughout your career. Equally important is the experience of gaining this knowledge in the university environment. It is an environment characterized by collaboration, creativity, and delivery of real-world impact. Let me offer my hearty congratulations on your success. Dear graduates, you become the members of a community which works to apply technology to deliver real-world impact in improving people's lives. You are graduating at a time when the world of engineering and technology is evolving faster and more significantly than ever. The opportunity is yours to participate in creating our technology future. Define India by making a positive difference in the lives of those around you and build this nation into a technologically stronger one in years ahead. Today marks the start of your new journey. Your parents, who have been very supportive of you, and your teachers, who have molded you, are excited about the start of your new journey. We look forward to all of you to script many more successes and make your alma mater, state, and the country proud. As I stand before the graduating students, I am looking at the next generation of engineers, scientists, technocrats, and computer professionals. As new generation professional, one must be aware of the challenges of the 21st century. If we take engineering, the engineering practice has been based on a paradigm of controlling nature rather than cooperating with nature. In the control of nature paradigm, humans and the natural world are divided, and humans adopt an oppositional, manipulative stance towards nature. Despite this view of natural systems, this approach led to remarkable engineering achievements during the 19th and especially 20th century. For instance, civil and environmental engineers have played a critical role in improving the condition of humankind on Earth by improving sanitation, developing water sources, and developing transportation systems. Similarly, growing communication technologies are opening up vast doors of knowledge and entertainment. Ironically, these successes have unintentionally contributed to several current problems by enabling population growth. Most engineering achievements of the past were developed without consideration for their social, economic, and environmental impacts on the natural systems. Not much attention was paid to minimizing the risks and scale of unplanned or undesirable perturbations in natural system associated with engineering system. This reflected an imbalance in nature, leading to climate change and energy crisis. The question now arises whether it is possible to satisfy the needs of a population that is growing initially while preserving the carrying capacity of our ecosystems and biological and cultural diversity. A related question is what should be done now in the near future to ensure that the basic needs of water, sanitation, nutrition, health, safety, and meaningful work are fulfilled for all humans. The definition of the engineer of the future will be the engineer of the future applies scientific analysis and holistic synthesis to develop sustainable solutions that integrate social, environmental, cultural, and economic systems. Engineering of the future must be trained to make intelligent decisions and protect and enhance the quality of life on Earth rather than endangering. They must also make decisions in a professional environment in which they will have to interact with people from both technical and non-technical disciplines. Preparing engineering to become facilitators of sustainable development, appropriate technology, and social and economic changes is one of the greatest challenges faced by the engineering professions today. Meeting the challenge may provide a unique opportunity for renewing leadership of the engineering profession in the 21st century. This emphasizes the university's place as a paramount player in a global system that is increasingly driven by knowledge, information, and ideas. We live in a time when knowledge is ever more vital to our societies and economies, and in a world of revolutionary communication and information technologies, knowledge is replacing other resources as the main driver of economic growth, and education has increasingly become the foundation for individual prosperity and social mobility. It is clear that engineering education needs to be reinvented to address the challenges associated with global problems. Research is an essential component of university education system to ensure it remains vibrant and is quick to respond to and anticipate changes arising in the contextual conditions. Hence, it is necessary for the researchers, university to focus on the need-based, industry requirement-based research and make the research outputs more meaningful and useful. India views engineering and technology as a road to become a prosperous and developed nation, removing poverty, sustainable agriculture, and inadequate healthcare. It makes technology as a way of creating prosperity for thousands of workers and establishing itself at the front rank of global innovation. We need to overcome technological challenges. Importance of transforming healthcare through applied multidisciplinary technology like incorporating leading-edge digital technology and engineering expertise is the need of the hour. Regarding increased demand for energy, we need to develop ways of maximizing energy efficiency and at the same time need to find new innovative and renewable source of energy. Coming to the issue of climate crisis, as we need to harness technology to tackle the greatest challenge of our lives, our response to man-made climate change. We look to our technologies to explore information and communication technology in tackling climate change. It is a huge responsibility for scientists and technologists to find solutions that the country and the world desperately needs. To resolve these challenges and ensure improving quality of life, science and technology supported solutions are required. Therefore, we must be committed to work together, creating a more vibrant and sustainable India and world through power of technology. In a digital age, ideas, and aspirations respect few boundaries. The new knowledge economy is necessarily global, and the reach of university must be so as well. As our world gets smaller, your education and knowledge you gain will help you become key contributors as our next generation of professionals and leaders in the globalized 21st century. To our graduates, I encourage you to keep back as the alumni of this university. You have benefited from your education here, and I encourage you to pay it forward. Give back to this university or share your resolute spirit with others. Make a difference to the batches of students that will come after you. With these words, I wish our students very bright future and the university all success in playing an important role in transforming of Odisha and India by spearheading and promoting innovation, research, and technology. Jai Hind.
May I request Vice Chancellor to present the memento for the Chief Guest. May I request Vice Chancellor to present the memento to the Honorable Chancellor.
I declare the convocation closed.
वीर सुरेंद्रो विजयता स्वात्रिभक्त्या मुक्ति संग्राम हुतासने समर्पितात्मा गतवान् योद्धाबन्धने स्वमातृभक्त्या हुतासने समर्पितात्मा गतवान् योद्धा सबन्धने साय सुरेन्द्रो मृगेन्द्रो साय सुरेन्द्रो मृगेन्द्रो विप्लवकन्या विजयता सपाञ्चजन्या विजयता भारत भूमि स्वनामधन्या विजयता वीर सुरेन्द्रो विजयता विदेशिजत्तां विरुद्धदत्तं निदर्शनम् गौरवगाथा भातिभास्वरं चिरन्तनम् विदेशिजत्तां विरुद्धदत्तं निदर्शनम् गौरवगाथा भातिभास्वरं चिरन्तनम् सुवर्णवर्णा रञ्जितपर्णा सुवर्णवर्णा रञ्जितपर्णा क्रान्तिरगण्या विजयता अदम्यसैन्या विजयता भारत भूमि स्वनामधन्य विजयता वीर सुरेन्द्रो विजयता वरेण्यवीरं सुस्मरणीयं नुमो वयम् भारतीयता सौरभवरिता वृथा भयम् वरेण्यवीरं सुस्मरणीयं नुमो वयम् भारतीयता सौरभवरिता वृथा भयम्